What happens when a Hollywood bombshell defies the odds and takes on the studio system? Ann Sheridan's journey in The Doughgirls is more than just a film role. It's a saga of grit, glamour, and groundbreaking success. From backstage conflicts to box office triumphs, uncover how Sheridan's tenacity and talent redefined her career and left an indelible mark on Hollywood. The rise of Hollywood's oomph girl. Born Clara Lou Sheridan on February 21, 1915 in Denton, Texas, Ann Sheridan quickly became one of Hollywood's most recognized faces. Her career began after winning a beauty contest at Paramount Pictures, leading to her first film appearance in Search for Beauty, 1934. Although initial roles were minor, her undeniable talent and striking looks soon earned her more significant parts. By 1939, Warner Brothers recognized her potential and signed her to a contract. The studio's decision was a pivotal moment, transforming her into a star. In Angels with Dirty Faces, 1938, Sheridan's portrayal of Lori Ferguson showcased her acting range and garnered critical acclaim. Her performance alongside James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart marked her as a formidable talent in Hollywood. Following this success, she became known as the Oomph Girl, a nickname she famously disliked. Despite her objections, the moniker stuck, and she embraced it professionally. In an interview with Photoplay magazine in 1939, she remarked, "I'm sorry now I ever had my hair bobbed. I'm sorry I ever posed for that silly picture. I'm sorry about all of this oomph business." Her career continued to soar with hits like They Drive By Night, 1940, and King's Row, 1942. In King's Row, Sheridan's role as Randy Monahan solidified her reputation. The film's success and her performance led to more leading roles. By the early 1940s, Sheridan was one of Warner Brothers' top stars. Her popularity wasn't just limited to the silver screen. During World War II, she was a prominent figure in the war effort, participating in USO tours and promoting war bonds. In a 1943 interview with the Los Angeles Times, Sheridan said, "If I can do something to help, no matter how small, I'll do it." The Doughgirls script acquisition. In the early 1940s, Warner Brothers was looking for a fresh and engaging comedy to lift the spirits of wartime America. The search led them to a popular Broadway play titled The Doughgirls, written by Joseph Fields. The play, which debuted in 1942, was a hit on the stage, known for its sharp wit and humorous take on the chaotic housing situation in Washington, D.C. during World War II. The success on Broadway convinced Warner Bros. Executives that it had great potential as a film. Warner Brothers purchased the film rights to The Doughgirls in 1943. The studio believed that the play's humorous and topical content would translate well to the screen. They began assembling a strong cast to ensure the film's success. Ann Sheridan was quickly identified as the perfect fit for the lead role of Edna Stokes, a sharp-witted and resilient woman caught up in the comedic chaos of wartime housing. Jack L. Warner, the head of Warner Brothers, personally approached her for the role. He believed her star power and comedic timing were crucial for the film's success. In a memo dated February 12, 1944, Warner wrote, "Sheridan has the charm and the comedic edge that this film needs. She is our top choice for Edna Stokes." Sheridan, who had just completed a successful run in Shine On Harvest Moon, 1944, was excited about the project. She saw it as an opportunity to showcase her comedic skills and take on a role that was both challenging and entertaining. In a letter to her agent, dated March 1, 1944, she expressed her enthusiasm. "The Doughgirls is exactly the kind of film I want to be part of. It's funny, it's smart, and it's exactly what people need right now." The casting process for the film was meticulous. Alongside Sheridan, Warner Brothers brought in seasoned actors like Alexis Smith, Jane Wyman, and Jack Carson to round out the ensemble. Each actor brought their unique flair to the project, promising a dynamic and engaging film. By mid-1944, the script adaptation was complete, and pre-production began in earnest. Warner Brothers ensured that the transition from stage to screen retained the play's original charm and humor. The studio also made sure that the film's production design and costumes reflected the period accurately, immersing audiences in the wartime setting. With the script finalized and the cast assembled, The Doughgirls was ready to move into the production phase. The stage was set for a film that would not only entertain, but also bring a much-needed lightheartedness to a country in the midst of war. Pre-production buzz. As Warner Brothers geared up for the production of the Doughgirls, excitement within the studio and the industry grew. The combination of a successful Broadway play, a stellar cast, and a promising script generated significant buzz. Ann Sheridan, in particular, was at the center of this anticipation, as her involvement was seen as a major draw for audiences. Pre-production activities kicked off in the summer of 1944. Warner Brothers put together a dedicated team of professionals to ensure the film's success. Delmer Daves, a talented director known for his work on Destination Tokyo, 1943, was brought on board to helm the project. Daves was enthusiastic about working with Sheridan and believed in her ability to bring the character of Edna Stokes to life. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter in August 1944, Daves said, "Ann Sheridan has a unique ability to blend humor and heart in her performances. She's perfect for this role, and I'm excited to see her bring Edna to the screen." During this period, Sheridan prepared diligently for her role. Known for her commitment to her craft, she spent considerable time studying the play's source material and working with the film's writers to ensure a seamless transition from stage to screen. She attended numerous rehearsals and script readings, where she collaborated closely with her co-stars to develop the on-screen chemistry essential for a successful comedy. Her dedication was evident in a letter she wrote to Delmer Daves on September 5, 1944. "I've been going over the script and really digging into Edna's character. I want to make sure she's not just funny but also relatable and real. I'm looking forward to our first read-through with the whole cast." The film's production design and costumes were also meticulously planned. Ori Kelly, the renowned costume designer, was tasked with creating the wardrobe for the Doughgirls. His designs aimed to capture the essence of the 1940s while highlighting the personalities of each character. In a meeting with studio executives, Ori Kelly emphasized the importance of authenticity. The costumes need to reflect the era and the characters' personalities. Ann's outfits, in particular, will play a key role in defining Edna's character. Warner Brothers spared no expense in ensuring that the set designs were both authentic and visually appealing. The film's set, designed to replicate the chaotic and overcrowded housing conditions in Washington, D.C. during the war, was constructed with meticulous attention to detail. As pre-production progressed, industry insiders and the media began to take notice. Articles and previews in trade publications like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter generated further excitement. An article in Variety on September 20th, 1944, highlighted the film's potential. With a top-tier cast led by Ann Sheridan and a script based on a hit Broadway play, The Doughgirls is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated comedies of the year. By the end of September 1944, everything was in place for the film to move into the production phase. The cast and crew were ready, the sets were built, and the excitement was palpable. All eyes were now on The Doughgirls, as Warner Brothers prepared to bring this promising comedy to life. Filming begins. In October 1944, the production of The Doughgirls officially commenced. Warner Brothers transformed sound stages into bustling makeshift apartments to replicate the chaotic housing situation in Washington, D.C. during World War II. These sets provided the perfect backdrop for the film's comedic escapades. Director Delmer Daves set a fast-paced yet collaborative tone from the start. Ann Sheridan, who was already known for her professionalism, quickly adapted to Daves's directing style. Her first scenes showcased her character, Edna Stokes, navigating the humorous turmoil of overcrowded living conditions. The cast's chemistry was immediately apparent, setting the stage for a cohesive and dynamic film. Jack Carson, playing the role of Arthur Halstead, shared in an interview with the Los Angeles Times, "Working with Ann was a joy. She had this incredible ability to make everyone feel comfortable and brought a natural humor to her role that was infectious." The atmosphere on set was a blend of rigorous work and lighthearted moments. Sheridan was known for her practical jokes, which kept the mood upbeat despite the demanding schedule. During one particularly grueling day of shooting, she filled co-star Jane Wyman's prop handbag with confetti. Wyman later recalled, "I opened my bag during a take and outpoured confetti. The entire set erupted in laughter. Ann had a way of keeping things fun, even when the work was tough." The film's complex scenes, involving multiple characters and physical comedy, required precise coordination. Delmer Daves and the assistant directors worked closely with the actors to perfect these scenes. One notable sequence involved a slapstick series of events with characters entering and exiting rooms in rapid succession. Sheridan's timing was impeccable, earning praise from the crew. Additionally, the studio's strict budget constraints meant that the team had to be resourceful. Her resourcefulness shone through when she suggested using simpler set pieces to expedite scene changes, a move that saved both time and money. Another memorable incident occurred during the filming of a pivotal scene where Edna Stokes delivers a monologue about the absurdities of wartime housing. As Sheridan delivered her lines, a piece of the set collapsed unexpectedly. Unfazed, she ad-libbed a line about the state of the building, drawing laughter from the cast and crew. This take was so well received that it was included in the final cut of the film. As filming progressed, the cast and crew developed a camaraderie that translated well on screen. Alexis Smith and Jane Wyman, playing Maureen and Nan respectively, often praised Sheridan for her leadership and support. In a 1945 interview with Modern Screen, Smith stated, "Ann was the glue that held us all together. Her talent and her spirit lifted everyone's performance." By December 1944, principal photography was nearing completion. The scenes had been shot with a mixture of precision and spontaneity, capturing the essence of the original play while bringing a fresh cinematic flair. The dedication and hard work of the entire team, led by Sheridan's stellar performance, promised a film that would resonate with audiences and critics alike. With the final scenes wrapped up, the Doughgirls moved into the post-production phase. The film's journey from script to screen had been filled with challenges, laughter, and remarkable teamwork. Ann Sheridan's role in this journey was pivotal, her talent and determination ensuring that The Doughgirls would be a standout comedy in Warner Brothers' 1945 lineup. On-set challenges. The Doughgirls production faced numerous challenges that tested the resilience and creativity of the cast and crew. Despite the lighthearted nature of the film, the behind-the-scenes work was anything but easy. Technical difficulties, scheduling conflicts, and external pressures from the studio created a demanding environment. One of the most persistent challenges was dealing with the tight filming schedule. Warner Brothers had allocated a limited time frame to complete the movie, aiming to release it while wartime comedies were still in high demand. This led to long hours on set and a rigorous shooting schedule. Delmer Daves, the director, often pushed the cast to their limits to stay on track. Ann Sheridan's dedication was instrumental in navigating these pressures. She maintained a positive attitude and encouraged her co-stars, which helped keep morale high. In a letter to her friend and fellow actress Bette Davis, Sheridan wrote, "We're working long hours, but the team spirit here is incredible. We're all determined to make this a great film." Technical issues were another significant hurdle. The film required complex set pieces to recreate the chaotic housing scenarios central to the plot. Frequent malfunctions with these sets disrupted filming. One particularly troublesome scene involved a revolving door that repeatedly jammed. This scene was crucial for a comedic sequence, and its delays frustrated the entire crew. Sheridan's patience and improvisational skills proved invaluable during these moments. During one of the breakdowns, she suggested altering the blocking to work around the malfunction. This quick thinking saved valuable time and kept the production moving. Studio interference also posed challenges. Warner Brothers executives closely monitored the production, frequently visiting the set and suggesting changes. These interruptions sometimes clashed with Delmer Daves' vision for the film, causing tension. Ann Sheridan often acted as a mediator, using her status and rapport with the executives to maintain a balance between creative integrity and studio demands. A notable incident occurred when the studio insisted on a scene change that Daves felt would undermine the film's comedic flow. She arranged a meeting with Jack Warner to discuss the issue. She diplomatically presented their case, emphasizing the importance of the scene as originally conceived. Her persuasive argument convinced Warner to allow them to proceed as planned, demonstrating her influence and commitment to the project. Despite the pressures and obstacles, the cast and crew's camaraderie grew stronger. Sheridan's leadership and sense of humor played a significant role in fostering this unity. She frequently organized impromptu gatherings after long shooting days, where everyone could relax and bond. These moments of respite were crucial for maintaining a positive atmosphere on set. Notable scenes. As the Doughgirls production continued, several key scenes stood out, showcasing the comedic talent and chemistry of the cast, particularly Ann Sheridan. These scenes became iconic moments in the film, highlighting the absurdities of wartime housing and her impeccable comedic timing. One of the most memorable scenes involved Sheridan's character, Edna Stokes, attempting to navigate a chaotic apartment filled with multiple tenants. The sequence required precise timing and coordination as characters entered and exited rooms in rapid succession, creating a whirlwind of confusion and comedy. Sheridan's ability to deliver her lines with perfect timing and maintain her composure amid the chaos was crucial to the scene's success. Delmer Daves, the director, had high praise for her performance in this sequence. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said, "Ann's timing was flawless. She brought a natural energy to the scene that elevated the entire cast's performance. Watching her work was like seeing a masterclass in comedic acting." Another standout moment was a scene where Edna, in a fit of frustration, delivers a monologue about the absurdities and challenges of living in an overcrowded apartment during the war. This scene allowed Sheridan to showcase her range, blending humor with a touch of pathos. The monologue, penned by screenwriter James V. Kern, was both funny and poignant, capturing the audience's attention. During the filming of this scene, Sheridan's emotional depth and sincerity were evident. Her delivery was so compelling that it moved many crew members to tears. Jane Wyman, who played Nan, later recounted in an interview, "Ann's performance in that monologue was extraordinary. She managed to capture the frustration and resilience of her character in a way that was both hilarious and heart-wrenching." A particularly challenging scene involved a series of physical comedy routines, including a slapstick sequence where Edna tries to fix a broken bed. The scene required Sheridan to perform complex physical stunts, including falling off the bed and getting tangled in the sheets. Her background in physical comedy and her athleticism were on full display, impressing both the cast and crew. One of the film's funniest moments came from an unscripted incident. During a scene where Edna is trying to cook dinner in the cramped apartment kitchen, a prop malfunctioned, causing a pot to explode unexpectedly. Sheridan's quick thinking led her to ad-lib a line about the hazards of wartime cooking, which fit seamlessly into the scene, and left the cast and crew in stitches. Delmer Daves decided to keep the take in the final cut, recognizing the genuine humor it added to the film. Battling behind the scenes. During the production of The Doughgirls, frequent interference from Warner Brothers executives clashed with Delmer Daves' vision and the cast's creative process. The studio insisted on altering key scenes to make them more commercially appealing, which Delmer Daves resisted, aiming to preserve the film's integrity. Ann Sheridan played a crucial role in these negotiations. Her star power and rapport with studio executives allowed her to advocate for the creative team's vision. In a meeting with Jack Warner, she argued against dumbing down the humor, which she believed would undermine the film's quality and insult the audience's intelligence. Jack Warner acknowledged her concerns in a memo, agreeing to a balanced approach. Despite this victory, studio demands continued to create friction, often disrupting filming. Sheridan's leadership and diplomatic skills were instrumental in maintaining morale. She frequently acted as a buffer, negotiating compromises that allowed the film to stay true to its original vision. Her ability to navigate these challenges earned her respect from both the creative team and the studio. One major contention was the film's ending. The studio wanted a more conventional conclusion, while Daves and the writers preferred a nuanced ending. Sheridan suggested a revised ending that satisfied both visions, preserving the film's integrity. Her role in these negotiations was pivotal, ensuring The Doughgirls retained its charm and wit despite external pressures. Publicity and premiere. As The Doughgirls neared completion, Warner Brothers launched an extensive publicity campaign to generate buzz around the film. The studio knew that Ann Sheridan's star power was a major draw, and they centered much of their marketing efforts around her. Publicity stills of Sheridan, often showcasing her in glamorous attire, were released to magazines and newspapers. The tagline, "Ann Sheridan in her funniest role yet," appeared in various promotional materials. Warner Brothers understood that her comedic talents and popular appeal would attract audiences eager for lighthearted entertainment during wartime. Warner Brothers scheduled the film's premiere for December 25, 1944, aiming to capitalize on the holiday season. The premiere was held at the prestigious Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, a fitting venue for such a high-profile release. The event was a star-studded affair, with many of Hollywood's biggest names in attendance. The positive reception continued as reviews started to pour in. Critics praised the film for its sharp humor, engaging storyline, and strong performances. The New York Times review highlighted her role. Ann Sheridan shines in the Doughgirls, delivering a performance that is both delightful and nuanced. Her portrayal of Edna Stokes is a testament to her versatility and talent. Box office numbers from the opening week further underscored the film's success. The Doughgirls quickly became one of Warner Brothers' top-grossing films of the year. The studio's investment in the film and its extensive publicity campaign paid off handsomely.